You may notice a few differences tonight. One, new headset and microphone. Two, this is a console game playing. Yes, all my equipment arrived a day ahead of schedule, and I managed to get everything set up and running pretty much okay. The only thing I do, I'm one HDMI lead short. I haven't been able to hook the Xbox 360 up as well, but I can sort that out later. So tonight is basically just going to be me seeing how well things hold up. I'm going to stream some of my favourite very chaotic games, and if everything works with them, then brilliant. So we're starting with another amazing shoot 'em up from Housemarque, Nex Machina, Death Machines. Kind of spiritual follow-up to Robotron 2084. Absolutely amazing. I'm not brilliant at it, but we'll see how we go. Now I actually want to start on... We'll give it a try unexperienced. Really show up how bad my game playing is. Yes, everything arrived all in one go earlier today, which is lovely. This is actually my first time wearing a proper... Well, not first time with a proper gaming headset. I've had proper ones before, but they've all been whatever's been cheap at Argos. But I decided no, for this I was gonna get a decent headset, so... And a mic set up, and it is so comfy.
All humans saved. Triple dash.
That button, that's the dash button. I've got to remember what button's the dash button.
Multiplier up. Extra life.
So yes, as a capture card we're using an AverMedia Live Gamer Mini. It was within my budget. Reviews I'd seen showed it seemed to be good enough for what I wanted. It was 50 quid cheaper than the low end Elgato, so and as a headset I'm using a Cooler Master MX752. It was between that and an Arctis Series 5 because they were both the same price, but I just slightly preferred the cable setup of this, and from the reviews I watched on YouTube, the microphone in this sounded a little bit better.
Triple dash.
But it was literally a difference of about 50 pence between them, so... And yes, they are very comfy. Microphone sounds good. I believe the sound levels will be okay. I kind of did a couple of rough tests recording brief videos.
Shield lost.
Oh, lucky I had that shield. Yeah, I dodged just slightly too early there. Hello, Simon.
Triple dash.
Seeing on his phone app, at least the notifications of... I keep dodging into that laser. Yeah, we'll continue. Seeing at least the notifications work on the app.
Shield. Shield lost. All humans saved.
All humans saved, and then boom. So yeah, Simon, basically tonight's stream is me throwing the most chaotic games I can think of at the hardware and seeing if everything holds up. So starting with Nex Machina, because it's very explodey and pixely. And I reckon if the stuff I'm throwing at it tonight works okay, then I think just about anything will be okay.
Human lost. Human lost.
Ah!
Shield lost. Weapon range.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, anyways. Yes, as I've mentioned before, I love my twin stick shooters. Even if I'm not very good at them, I just have so much fun with them. And Nex Machina is definitely one of the best.
All humans saved. Weapon spread. Multiplier up.
Yeah, it's a shame that this and Matterfall seemingly didn't sell well, and so How Smart kind of have pivoted away from the arcade shooters.
All humans saved. Detonator.
Which is a shame because this... Whoops. We'll do one more continue, because I think we're near the boss.
Detonator.
But yeah, this Vezo Gun and Super Stardust are all absolutely amazing games. And even the ones that maybe aren't quite as good, Alienation and Dead Nation,
All humans
all
saved.
really good.
Rocket launcher.
So yeah, I've been just watching that last few seconds back in the stream, and if the if that last bit
Multiplier up.
doesn't devolve into a pixely mess, then I think we're going to be okay for the rest of the night.
Power shot. Triple dash. All humans saved. Multiplier up.
Oh, right into a laser, dodged right into a laser again. And did it again. I'm just not good at judging the...
Triple dash.
the length of the dash. I need to get much closer to the lasers before doing it. One more. I want to at least get to the boss, even if it hands me my bottom to me on a plate.
Shield lost. All humans saved. Triple dash.
And right in the laser again.
Triple dash.
That's it. Destroy that enemy. That gets rid of the wall. That brings the laser up.
All humans saved.
Okay, come on. You can do this, Gordon. You can do this. Honest, you can.
All humans saved. Triple dash.
I will leave that there. I think that'll be a pretty good test of the equipment. Now here's the thing, I need to find where I can change the stream info.
Human saved.
No, I don't want to do that, whatever it is. Right, if you just bear with me a second here.
Disrupt turn detected. All humans saved.
Ah, there we go.
Triple dash.
Okay, I know where that is, so I can change games midstream and change the title now. So what I will actually do here is switch to my other PSN account. Because you can only have one save file on Gundam Breaker 3, and I kind of want to show you the beginning of the game. And after that I can switch back to my main profile and show you how insane it gets later on. Yes, this is one of two games I've bought digitally from the Singapore PSN. Because I'd looked at importing discs. Alright, yeah. I'm used to that coming up and it actually stopping recording, so it's weird actually still seeing that ahead there. Yeah, new start. Okay. So yes, I'd looked into importing Gundam Breaker 3 because at the time it didn't look like it was going to get released over here, and in fact it never did. And I knew there was versions released in Asia that had full English subtitles and menus and everything. So I was going to import a disc, but found out I was basically the same price buying a Singapore PSN credit and just buying the game digitally. And it meant no faffing about with a disc. And the only other game I've done this with is Super Robot Wars T, which just happened to be on sale when a friend mentioned something that got me looking around the Singapore PSN, because he picked up Gundam Breaker 3 because it was dead cheap because he'd been building an actual Gunpla. And inspired by that, I went and built the same model in the game. Because unfortunately, due to my hands, actually building Gunpla is not going to happen. I have enough trouble with Lego these days. Do not import. We'll get past all these menus eventually, honest.
天まで届く一筋の光。宇宙エレベーターが完成して1年。週末には家族で月旅行。そんな未来がついにやってくると、誰もが目を輝かせていたに違いない。でも、そんな日が来るのはまだまだずっと先。目的地の月面ステーションや宇宙コロニーの建設はこれから始まるのだから。
I'm just moving this so you can read all the subtitles.
私の現実はというと、毎日地元のゲーセン通いか。ミサさん、本日もご来店ありがとうございます。毎 毎日お出迎えありがとうね、インフォちゃん。
Yes, the whole conceit of this game is you are actually building Gunpla model kits, but using software to use those in the arcade machines. So it's an interesting way of doing things and a nice way of bringing all the divergent Gundam timelines together all in one way. They're not basically redoing the 5 Doctors, which is basically what they did with Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3.
私もシミュレーター見に行くよ。先ほど初めてのお客様がシミュレーターに入りました。そろそろプレイが始まる頃です。本当？
Yes, Gundam Breaker 3. Destroy the huge Gundam and customize your own best Gundam. One of the best subtitles for a game ever. So this game is that wonderful midway point between Dynasty Warriors and Monster Hunter. 2 of my favourite games ever. And this kind of sits in the middle with bits of both of them. Here's just one of a basic starting suit. Got your dodge, got your boost, got your light attacks, got your heavy attacks, got your guns, you can actually kind of go into proper third person aiming, but I never actually use it. And we've got EX abilities down in the bottom right, which differ depending on what parts you've got equipped. Or, if you get far enough in the game, you can equip skills even if you don't have the parts equipped once you level them up. So yeah, it's not a hugely complicated mission structure. It's usually destroy a bunch of other jobbers, and once you've destroyed enough, a slightly more powerful suit will show up. And sometimes it'll be another player custom suit, at least in the fiction of the game, although this does have full multiplayer options. I've never actually done it online. So yeah, let's see what a yeah, that's a EX move for a slash. And the EX moves all charge up over time, but depending on equipment, you can have it so they charge up when you kill an enemy, or charge up every time you break the parts on an enemy. There's a surprising amount of depth to the game. Yeah, this is where it actually shows you the controls. 'Cause the game does rather just throw you into things. And you also have all these different bits of equipment you can... Oh, I do have a beam saber as an optional. Yeah, you can also load your suits full of optional equipment. Oh, this feels so slow compared to the suits I've been playing as recently. So yes, you can have a different melee weapon attached, or the head Vulcan which is just a wee machine gun in your head. But I usually just leave it on the repair kits, because when things start to get really hectic, they are very useful to have. And you'll notice little bits showing up at the right hand side, like low quality plastic. And sometimes other bits, and kind of waiting just to see one show up. Oh, again, just low quality plastic. But basically, if you break bits off the opposing Gundams, there's a chance they will drop as an item. So there's kind of a bit of Diablo in there as well, with you picking up parts from all the other suits you're fighting. And if you know me, you know I like my button mashy combat, and yeah, this is just... Okay, I'm just going to check something, because I think... Yeah, close that. I know there's something wrong here. Yeah, vertical camera. Yes, I invert my camera. What of it? Yeah, all those other settings are fine. Save and end. And now I do pine slightly for the days of Xbox 360 where it was a system-wide setting. And you didn't have to change it individually in every single game. Yes, I did pick this up after I picked up Gundam Versus, which did get a release over here, and is one of those games I have a lot of fun with. I don't think I will ever quite get the hang of it. Arena fighters are something I just never quite click properly with. But I'm also told it's not exactly the best example of the Gundam Versus games. Whereas the one that's coming out in a few months' time, Extreme Boost something, I can't remember the full title, is... Oh, Simon, you would have probably screamed when I was playing some old original Xbox games recently. Although it wasn't that you couldn't invert the camera, it's that you could, but it also inverted left and right as well. So I could get one axis the right way round, but the other one wouldn't be. So yes, here's some chump in a custom suit. Yeah, he's not that good. You may make your Gundam shine and have tiger stripes all over it, but yes, there you go. High grade Servo Tetra arm. So I just got that bit off him. And there he goes. Now we get our results screen where we get some ace points. Get some Gundam points as well, which is your monies. And then you see all the bits you picked up. So I've got some actions I can use. So I've got diffuse bullet, cross slash, armor repair, and cross slash I had in the first place, but diffuse bullet I've gotten just in this. So yeah, a couple of weapons, a heat hawk, so a hot axe, a grand slam sword, and a melee hand. And he has young head. Add-on body, several set of arms, advising legs, a couple of backpacks, a shield, and some plastics. So we're going to take all of them, since this was right at the start of the game. And I'm only now realising the colour is a little bit high. Hold on while I
どこかのチームに入ってるの？え、入ってない？これはこれ
sort
は
that out a little.
私の地元は小さな商店街なんだけど、駅前に百貨店ができてからお客さんが減っちゃってね。タイムズユニバースって聞いたことあるでしょ？え、知らないの？百貨店だけじゃなくていろんな事業をやってる外国のすごく大きな会社。最近は宇宙事業にも参入してるらしいよ。まあそのタイムズユニバース百貨店が駅前にできて、うちの商店街のお客さんみんな取られちゃったんだ。
Just looking at the two screens side by side, I could instantly see that the colour was slightly too high on the capture.
つまり我が綾戸商店街ガンプラチームに君をスカウトしたいんだよ。ただいま。
いや、おかえり。
And here we are, we're in the gunpla shop.
紹介したい人がいるの。
ああ、チームメンバー見つかったのかい？
So yeah, when me and Simon were down at London back in January, we found a lovely little shop in Camden Market which was all anime stuff, and they had a nice selection of gunpla kits there, a whole bunch of nice art books, a whole wall of manga. If I hadn't already spent all the money at the wrestling the night before Wrestling Eve's Wrestle Queendom, we would have probably spent a bunch of money there. As it is, we behaved ourselves. We got a couple of things at the Moomin shop, and that was it. So yes, this is your little virtual hub. Here's our shop. Probably don't have enough for any kits at the moment, but I can show you how this works.
ショップではガンプラやビルダーズパーツを手持ちの GP と交換できるよ。じゃあ私は向こう見てくるから。
I love the fact you can tell her to go and to dismiss and call Misa, so she can just pop over and let you get a good view of the boxes, which are all the actual boxes the kits come in. So there's not too many to begin with, but as you get further in the game and fight against certain suits, they become available here. And nice thing,
戻ろっか。
oh, wrong button. Because this is an Asian region game, Circle and Square kind of do things opposite way around in this, and it sometimes still catches me out.
GP が足りないよ。
So one thing that's really useful is when you go here, if the items are in blue, that means you've already got that bit. So you can figure out if you've only need 1 or 2 bits to complete a suit, and you think, oh, do I want to actually buy it, or do I want to just see if I can find those somewhere else?
MG のガンプラ男性タイプのノーマルス
And
ー
yeah,
ツ
you can
型ア
buy
バターだね。これ
various
はレンタルだから女性タイプのノー
pilot
マルスーツ
suits.
型アバターだね。これはレンタルだから
And later on, you get
MG
builder
のガンプ
parts
ラ
that
だ
are
よ。
little extra bits you can add to the Gundams that either just improve its stats or
じゃ、戻ろっか。
give you extra weapons and equipment. I'll quickly show what we can do with what we've got here, and then I'll exit and I will jump into my main game where I'm on, just started chapter 4, but I've spent so much time just replaying missions, going to hotspots and just getting bits and pieces. Because it's that sort of game, it's like Monster Hunter, you don't mind not progressing the story, just messing about with stuff. So if we go to assemble, so yeah, so my melee hand is the highest rated thing there, so we'll put that on. Weapons, we've just got the beam machine gun, so we'll keep that. Head, we can choose from the GM3 or the Xiong, which has slightly better response time, so we'll equip that. Body, we've only got the 2 bits, they're both more or less the same. That kind of fits that head a little bit better. Equip the Cerebral Protector arms, the rising legs, and either the Zaku. I like the Zaku 2S backpack, and then choose the Suzabi shield. And then the actions depend on what you've got equipped. Armor repair is always available. But we can add, well, I can't do cross slash anymore because I don't have the sword now anymore, but we can do diffuse bullet instead. And then these, oh, we do have bits. Yeah, we've got the head cannon, got the chest cannon, and we've got the auto cannon. Switch the walk so it walks instead of hovering. So yeah, that's been built up. And then you can go and paint it. And there's like preset colour schemes you can choose from. There's like the classic RX-78 colours, Char's, Zaku. The Elite Navy, which I think is from the Titans. Yeah, another Char's suits. Yeah, the kind of classic Zaku colours. So if you just want to do it quickly, you can do that, or you can just go here, and this does not have all my presets. But what I usually do is I make everything one colour. I don't want quite that amount of, so by default everything kind of looks like it's made of plastic. You can change the amount of shininess, gloss on it. You can also change it to look more metallic than plastic, and that's usually what I go for. There's also washing, which just adds some effects to it, or airbrush, which depends on the colours you've chosen whether it really shows. Then you can actually have chipping, which is like damage all the edges, and then actual proper battle damage, so you can make it look like it's really been through the wars. We'll bring them down. I usually go full metallic and a gloss of about 50. most of my suits. And then you can stick emblems on. So I'll just find the skull and crossbones down here. And actually I will do the next mission using this suit just to switch the caution marks on and off, which all the like little text and warnings around bits of the suit. Yeah, this is what I usually do. I usually make it all one colour and then choose the second colour I'm going to have and see which bits look best using that colour. And just have a bit of a mix. And that's my default colour scheme, blue and white, because all my mechs are Scottish. Then we'll change the glow colour to blue. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, sometimes I like having the wash on, sometimes I don't. It does really depend on what other things I've chosen. Sometimes it looks just a little bit weird. But always at least give it a go and see how it looks. So yes, you can pose it. It's even on its little stand. So yeah, you can pose it and take photos. Also, I'll leave it at that one just now. I was about to say there's something else you can do, but we don't have access to that yet, so. And then we'll go back to there. You can give it a name. We won't bother with this one because this is not going to be my main save. And then you can just save. You can save well over, you can save around 50 designs. So yeah, we'll keep that there. Now we'll take this guy out on a mission and show you just what changes all the equipment and bits I've added has done. I know, I always love this mission select music. And Misa's going to join us in her suit, the Azalea, not the Iggy. And yeah, you can do like casual, standard, or hardcore. Hardcore, of course, is more difficult, but you've got more chance to get extra bits. I'll just select that one. And off we go. Yeah, this is one of those games, along with kind of Diablo 3, Monster Hunter, and Destiny 2, that I play a lot of while listening to podcasts, while I'm just leveling stuff and finding out for parts. And yeah, the launch sequence is not pre-rendered, it's real time, so you actually see your custom suit launch. Yes, now my melee is short of range, but my melee is now punch. But also I've got my other equipment, so I've got my mortal cannon. And these do recharge over time as well. I've got my chest beam cannon, which doesn't really seem to do much. And then I've got my mega pack. Oh, here's a more important one. It's him with the claws. Yeah, I've got my mega particle cannon in my chest. And that's my machine gun's EX move. So yeah, as you can see from that, just changing all your equipment gives you so many different options. And basically, if there's a Gundam you like in a series, in the series before this game come out, there's a pretty good chance you can build that Gundam in this game. So, I will exit there. Tire. Well, what I'll actually do is go to the home screen. Switch back to my proper account with its lovely Monster Hunter theme that I haven't taken off since I got Iceborne. And now you can see the insanity levels that this game gets to. Which again is one of the reasons I'm streaming it tonight, because if again, if the stream of this comes out okay, then brilliant. I'll also be giving Warriors of Orochi 4 a bit of a go tonight, because that's another one that is just insane levels of stuff happening on the screen. And again, it's just another game I just love to. It's one of those, along with this, it's one of those, in Diablo, it's one of those stress relief games. Like most Muso and Warriors games are, just get in there, beat up hundreds and hundreds of people. So, right, we've got a few more options available here. If we go to the shop. So yes, there's now builder's parts, which is all sort of extra bits you can plug onto your custom suit. And once you buy one, that's it, you can equip one of them on any model you've got. So yeah, there's stuff like double swords and 180mm cannons, beam pistols and everything. Lots of great stuff. Propellant tanks. I guess the selection of models I can buy has expanded somewhat. And even then, I think I've only seen about 3/4 of the suits in the game. And after high grade, you get master grade, which I haven't got any of yet. And if we go to setup, now we've got quite a few designs here. This was what kind of my original suit that I started off with and kind of built up through a lot of the game, Robot the Bruce, which is a long-running thing since the days of City of Heroes, the big superhero MMO, where I basically wanted to be Iron Man but Scottish, so Robot the Bruce happened. So that's kind of the version 1, and then it kind of evolved into using a lot of Barbatos parts, and that was as far as I'd gotten him. But then I started messing about with other builds, so we'll go down here, get another City of Heroes throwback. It will load up eventually. The Spitfire, Stark, which was what we create one with the Iron Man colours. Custom Astray Red, which is the suit that my friend Ash built and what inspired me to kind of go and see if I could build one in the game. We've got a custom Kshatriya that's a weird suit but has some interesting abilities. Yeah, we built the Sinanju from which is a full frontals suit from Gundam Unicorn. Virtue, which is one of my favourite Gundam suits just for the looks of it. It was in my very first Gundam series that I properly saw, which was a Gundam 00. I'd seen some undubbed, unsubbed versions of the compilation movies of the original series years ago, But my first actual sit down and properly watch a whole series was Gundam 00, and this was my favourite suit. And I was so annoyed that it was a pre-order only bonus in Gundam Versus, my favourite suit, and I couldn't play it in the game, and they never released it separately, which was really annoying. But another of my favourite suits is the Queble, which is awesome in both Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3 and Gundam Versus. And yeah, I built a custom version. Got Fadich and Silence, which are kind of two variations on a small, fast, punchy thing. But then my more recent suits have been again from an old joke on the day-to-day Strath Carnage, from the classic football scores to Strath Carnage versus Taste of Dunfermline. Match cannot be stopped. And Strath Carnage is what if we have guns and more guns, and then more guns on top of that. Lucky Heather and Velocity Valkyrie are both builds I've just been trying out recently. Velocity Valkyrie's got the fin funnels, which are like little drones that go about. And Lucky Heather was just me trying out a slightly different build without doing it on the robot the Bruce, and I turned out I enjoyed playing as this build better. But then I'm currently leveling Pioneer Voyager, which is a custom Stargazer suit, because I want to get one of the abilities leveled up so I can transfer it onto other suits. And yes, you can go and look here and see I've got no optional equipment, but I've got the Voiture Lumiere, which is kind of a speed boost, armor repair, double Gatling Storm, and Slash Wave for the X moves, and the Burst Breaker is my awakening move. Yep, load this design data. And then we will go to a mission. Now, what are the hotspots? Oh, first one. Yeah, hotspots are like kind of randomly chosen levels, but if you go back to them, you fight suits that are kind of equivalent to your level, and they're good for farming lots of parts, and it will tell you in the corner there what suits are likely to show up here. And I will happily spend hours just doing these missions, either while listening to podcasts or very loud dance music. I hardly ever hear the default music on this normally. Yeah, seeing your custom Gundam in the launch sequence never gets old. Yes, this suit is moving slightly faster than the one I was using before. But then that was all level 1 parts, this is almost all level 20. Get around here. And Gatling Storm, which was an ability I leveled up enough that I can use it on any suit, even if I don't have the Gatling gun equipped. Which again is another part of the real fun of this game, is just finding cool abilities to level up and use in other suits. Here's the big yin. Hit the turbo boost. So yeah, as I said, if the stream can keep up with what's going on here, I don't think I'm going to have any problems streaming anything else. Another thing is I've like merged parts, so all parts have like abilities like in Diablo, and the rarer part and more abilities it has built into it. And if you merge bits together, you can oh, I do apologise to anyone wearing headphones for that. Oh. So yes, you can add like extra durability, extra speed. But what I've been doing is doing a lot of, I get automatically repaired on hitting things, breaking parts, and killing enemies. So it saves a lot on my repair kits. Because just destroying other enemies like repairs my suit a considerable amount. And add to that just a bunch of speed boosts, damage boosts. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favourite games on the PlayStation 4. Yes, I will give the obligatory warning here. New Gundam Breaker, which did get released over here, is not a good game. They changed a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if they were changing stuff to try and appeal to a different market, but watching gameplay and presentations on it, and I was constantly going, why did they do that? Why did they why? Because almost every change they made, I was like, that doesn't really improve anything. And yeah, by all accounts, it's just a bad game, which is such a shame. Especially as the first one of those games released outside Japan, you know, outside the Asian region. And I felt bad because I was like, well, I actually can't had it pre-ordered and cancelled. Because I did want to support it, because there was like, not many Gundam games get released over here. And it was like, well, if this new Gundam Breaker doesn't sell, will they ever bother releasing any of the other Gundam Breakers? That's why I was overjoyed to see the trailer for Gundam Extreme Maxi Boost versus whatever the name of that new one is. Obviously Gundam versus, no matter what people, like some of the hardcore fans thought of it, obviously sold well enough in the US and Europe for them to localize the next one, and I'm really happy about that. I'm really looking forward to playing it, even though I will be hopeless at it. Was this, despite all the chaos, I know exactly what I'm doing most of the time. Oops. And I have started I have watched just over half of the original 79 Gundam series now. And yeah, it's a bit slow going, but I was really enjoying it. A whole bunch of virtues. You know what? Time to go Super Saiyan on them. Yes, this game may be utter chaos, but it's controlled utter chaos. Oh, and I do have shotguns as well. The only sort of problem with this weapon is sometimes you can get kind of caught in a bit of a combo loop and you end up veering off to the side, not hitting anything. But considering how effective it is the rest of the time, it's... I'm fine. Yeah, like that. You kind of get... It's a bit like the dual blades in Monster Hunter. You kind of get locked into the animation. Although, if you're using your Volta Lumiere speed boost, I believe you can cancel out of anything. In fact, if you're on the ground, you can cancel out of a lot of stuff just by using the side step, which is useful. I do have a shield. It's a nice beam shield. Yeah, I've only used 3 extra repair kits so far in this mission. Whereas before I had all the repair boosts on my parts, I would have probably gotten through half of them by this point. Oh, big bloke coming. Yeah, basically if you make a game that's like, let's have Dynasty Warriors with mechs, but also we'll make it like a hunting game as well, then yeah, you've got my attention. And that's him done. Oh, there's a little package here. Open it up. It's just some generic plastic bits. Kind of keeping me X actions because this is the final kind of room of this stage, and I will kind of need my X actions to defeat the last couple of guys. They're usually pretty tough. Oh. Yeah, that was some sort of flash bomb. Did not really help them much. Yes, when I stream Monster Hunter, you'll see me with dual blades the same way, kind of whirling away past someone. I like my dual blades, me, I like my dual blades. Right, okay. This is fire everything off. Oh no. Get up, Mika. Reboot. Yeah, and juggling enemies in the air with your guns never gets old. Ever since Devil May Cry, it's always been a wonderful thing in a game. Oh, I think that was it. Yep. Mission complete. Have to move slightly on the sofa. My bum is getting a little bit numb. So yeah, got all my points and my credits. Yes! That's what I've been aiming towards, is getting that speed boost leveled up so any of my suits can use it now. Awesome. I guess these are all the weapons I got during that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to claim any that have abilities like Induce Knockback and Aerial Melee Weapon Attacks damage plus 13%. Just keep any to do that, because even if I'm not going to use the weapon itself, I can transfer that ability into another bit of equipment. So again, Induce Stagger. Just grab all those bits. So yeah, just the sheer variety of parts and ridiculous custom mobile suits you can build in this is just absolutely wonderful. So I'll take all of those. I'll take that bit. Yeah. Take all them. Yeah, and take all the plastic bits. Then convert everything left to Gundam points. And there we go, and that's kind of the gameplay loop.
さて今日は報酬をし
And yeah, we'll skip that because even though you've already done that mission, it still plays the story cutscenes before and after. So yes, that's the joy of Gundam Breaker. I absolutely adore this game, and hopefully some of you out there will give it a look after seeing that. I just want to close the application. And I'll see, because this might actually be a good place to keep the screen, just because I know kind of the health bars in the next game I'm going to fire up kind of in the bottom left corner as well. So, to my... Yes, I'm a bit... I'm very fussy about how my game's ordered. I kind of have subcategories and stuff, so... Onto the Musou games and Warriors of Orochi 4. Which is probably the one I would recommend if you've never played any of these games before. It is kind of the most recent... well, it's not actually main entry. And it's not the most recent Musou game either, because One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 came out recently. But this crosses over Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors with some mystic plots and things and other characters. And this is the latest version, Warriors of Orochi 4 Ultimate. And it is just absolutely wonderful. You find that things that get introduced in other Musou games end up kind of coming into the main series a lot somehow, and there's bits in this like the lock on and the magic attacks. I'm like, yeah, that's very, some of that's kind of Hyrule Warriors taking or Dragon Quest heroes. And I realise the volume's quite low on this, probably because I was doing some, yeah, well, I've been doing some
超支流いざ参る
well, I've been doing some leveling while listening to podcasts. So I'll probably only run through one mission on this, but just to show the complete insanity of it. So yeah, here's my team. Actually, I can do a quick check here. Mock battle. Fire this up, I can figure out the best place to stick my head. Which I'm thinking about, probably the top corner is probably the best place to stick my head for most of these. Yeah, I think that'll be the best place for my big head now. Okay, return to camp. So this is currently the game I'm, at least the original version, not Ultimate, which is like an add-on expansion. Warriors of Orochi 4 is the game I'm currently second closest to getting the platinum in. I think I only need 3 more trophies. I only need 2 more in Diablo 3, but doing them in Diablo 3 is a bit more chancy because it requires playing through hardcore mode. So what I will do here is I've been going through the chapters. Yeah, I need to change to chaotic difficulty. I've been slowly completing missions on chaotic difficulty and getting the S ranks, so I'm on to chapter 3. Again, reset the... Okay, so I haven't done this one on chaotic difficulty. Battle objectives. I'm not going to aim for them just now, but they are something I'll be working towards to get the platinum trophy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can manage that Diablo trophy, Simon, but I've more chance of managing to get the one in this, just because of how ridiculously overpowered my current party is. Which is I'm about the equivalent of level 400 and something, whereas the level cap in the original version was 100. Oh, my brother Simon's just saying his first attempt at the platinum on Diablo 3 is Barbarian cocked it at level 67. Oh. To be honest, the plot's all nonsense. We don't really need to do anything other than look. There's red things on the map. Go and beat up the red things. You know what? I'm going to choose my favourite music. Because Orochi 2, which is actually the one referencing there, was the game that got me back into the Dynasty Warriors, that got me heavily into the Dynasty Warriors and other Musou games. After playing Dynasty Warriors 4 on the PS2 back in the day, and thinking, yeah, that's alright, but never really getting into it. The PlayStation Portable Orochi 2 port was awesome. I tried the Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors games on the PSP, but they were very, very cut down. Whereas Orochi 2 was a full proper port of the game, and I got addicted to that, and since then I've bought about 15 different Musou games at least. I own I think 10 or 11 just this console generation. I love these games, and one of the things I love about the Orochi games is you pick a team of 3 and can switch between them at any point, and you can just, things get ridiculous, as you will see. Oh, it's this level. Oh, I had trouble with this level the first time I played this. Yes, this is kind of, if you remember games like Double Dragon, Final Fight and Golden Axe, kind of the spiritual successors to those games came in 2 varieties. In one direction you got character action games like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and God of War. On the other side you got things like this. Right, switch characters. Now here's the one thing, where actually am I on the map? Okay, I'm there, right. One of the things I often have a slight bit of problem with at the beginning is figuring out where I actually am on a map. Okay, so I want to go in here. Okay, I want to get over there to the Chaos Origin. Right, this way. Or maybe not this way. This way. No, not that way either. Right, okay. A door's going to open somewhere. I'm waiting on doors opening. This does occasionally happen. You get through certain bits of the game so quick that you kind of get ahead of events and have to wait for the game to catch up with what you just did. Come on. There we go, checkpoint. Something's about to open. Something is definitely going to open at some point. Yeah, Fire Emblem is especially bad for it because of the way everyone shows up on the map. In almost every other Wars game, it's just a green arrow, but they use the little map sprites, and it's like, oh, so there's always a point where basically just to run around in a little circle and look for the little icon spinning around. Okay, let's switch to Ina. Another thing about this game is the sheer number of playable characters. It's around 177. I mean, a lot of it's getting for it. There's a lot of kind of the use of assets from other games, character models and maps. But it's a bit like Monster Hunter Generations. It's like it's almost like a compilation. And yeah, I just love these games so much. And you've always got your favourite characters, and two of mine are definitely Ina, who I've just been playing as, and this character is by far my favourite, to the extent I kind of judge any Samurai Warriors or Orochi game by how much time does it take to unlock Tenjiro Tachibana. That wasn't actually the attack I meant to do. I meant to do the other one. But yeah, she's always the first character I get to level 100. And then my third character here, Luling Qi, is a kind of recent addition to my roster. In Orochi 2, it would have been Zurong, but her moveset keeps changing between games, and she's kind of gone back to her big boomerang in this game and not the throwing knives she had. But meanwhile, I'd played Dynasty Warriors 8, and this is the daughter of Lu Bu, who you must not pursue, except for that one mission in one game where to unlock him as a playable character, you have to pursue Lu Bu. But yeah, I played her in Dynasty Warriors 8 and was instantly like, oh, I like your moveset. And so, yeah, she became kind of number 3 in the heroic trio here. Right, now, is everyone souped up? Right, we're going to do something ridiculous here. Yeah. This was one of the additions to all of it. You can combo everyone's super attacks into each other, and it's just insane. And if the stream didn't crash at that, awesome. But I know even when I recorded that sequence on the PS using the PS4's inbuilt video recording, it got a little bit pixely. Oh, I've got rage. Awesome. Means I can do the super attack. I guess I'm gaining levels very quickly, but that's because I've got items. Yeah, all those XP scrolls you're seeing there, you don't normally get those, but I've got abilities on all my weapons, so I get ridiculous amounts of XP scrolls with everything. And it's part of how I've gotten these characters to such an absolutely ridiculous level. But it's saying I need to go back down there, so you know what? No. Reverse. Another just little addition that came in Warriors of Orochi 4 was instead of summoning your horse by whistling, it's now part of the magic relics you have. So you just hit the button combination and instantly you're riding on the horse. It's just awesome. Right, yeah, it's asking me to go down over here. I'm not. No, I was going the right way. Come on, here we go. So there are people who will tell you, oh, the gameplay of Musou games is all just repetitive, it's all just bashing buttons. The gameplay of any game is just bashing buttons. The fact is the bashing of buttons fun? And in this case, yes, the bashing of buttons is very fun. Very, very fun indeed. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm not quite getting as lost in this map as I did the first time I played it. Let's switch to Enoch. Yes, I am definitely part of the Musou Warriors Defense Force. Actually, the two games I would recommend, I would either recommend this, Warriors of Orochi 4 Ultimate, or the next best one is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on the Switch, which is absolutely fantastic and so full of character. And Fire Emblem Warriors on the Switch is also a really good Warriors game. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I've still got a couple of characters to unlock. But this is the thing with this game with you know, 170, more than 170 playable characters. There will be someone who fits your play style. And that little mock battle thing I did just to check the placement on my screen, that is a lovely addition because it lets you basically just take who you've got sat there, put them into a quick battle just so you can like try out the move set and see if there's someone you want to take into the full game. Right, back the way. Get back to Jinchio. Another thing I do slightly miss from Warriors of Orochi 2 was it did actually have a dub. And yeah, the dub was cheesy, but it was excellent cheesy. And just Jinchio's shouts of nothing can stop the fight of the Tachibana were just perfect for her. Yep, we need to get to this point. Another nice thing that again started in I'm not sure which Muso game it started in. It's actually having the little waypoints visible so you know where you're going. So it's a bit more difficult to get completely lost. No, it's not over yet. I can still attack, so I know the level's not over yet. So yeah, well, with the horse you can do stuff like that, like get off the horse, jump off a ledge, and get back on the horse the moment you hit the ground again. It's awesome. Yeah, and the plot of this game is generally well, Zeus has decided to mess with people again. Although it turns out it's not necessarily Zeus, and it may well be more Odin and Loki and stuff. And it's just, it's one of those things I just love seeing the Japanese devs takes on like the Greek gods. Okay, it's wanting me to go back there now. Right, so I will go back there. It's one of the reasons I absolutely love the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is because it was by Team Ninja, is just seeing the Japanese design teams and artists' takes on all the Marvel characters. And I think out of all the Marvel games I've played, I like the designs in Ultimate Alliance 3 the most. Alright, you needed me to hang around that area while you guys got there, that's what. And instead I decided I'm going to go off and pummel these guys over here. So yeah, that's Muso games for you. Utter chaos, but utterly joyful controlled chaos, and I just love them. I do apologise, those are coming up so quickly I can't mute the microphone before that happens. So again, apologies to anyone. Okay, I still need to defeat 24 enemy officers within 8 minutes, which is definitely doable. And yeah, again, we get a whole bunch of weapons afterwards. Again, this is a bit of the kind of the Diablo-ness of it. You get different levels of weapons, they all have abilities. But nicely you can set it up so it'll automatically dismantle or sell weapons of a certain type, because these characters I've already got the top, well, not quite the top level weapons, but the second best weapons, and I'm not going to get the best ones during normal gameplay. It's just, yeah, no, just dismantle everything, dismantle and sell everything, and off we go. And again, it's a simple, short-ish gameplay loop, but it's just so much fun. Actually, just check the upgrades. That's who I've got sent off on training missions at the moment. Upgrade officers. So yes, currently Ginchiro is level 559. Lu is 522, and Ina is 523. And we can use the points we have gotten. We use up 70,000. Use them.
私こそが真の三国無双だ。
Just use all them.
今こそ天下無双のモノノフです。
Yes, well, as you can see the weapons there, I've got Diligence, Bolt, Belto. Belto's the thing that gives you XP scrolls. Osmosis absorbs missile energy from enemies. Absorption absorbs health, or it might be the other way around. And there's Agility, which is just speed. Reach is how far the range of your attacks. Brawn is just Vaughnness. And so I've got slightly different elements on each of my main characters, but I've always got the kind of the Beltol, Osmosis, Absorption, Destruction, and Brawn all fully up. And then the relics that give you the magic attacks, and you can swap all sorts of magic relics between people, and again there's just so many combinations. I mean, I will just show a quick setup. One of my other no, wrong thing. Party. If I just switch a couple of characters around, and show you a couple of my other favourites. And also, yes, the characters with the glowing frames around them are all part of a special team combination. There's dozens and dozens. There's all these different ones. And each combination, as long as you've got them either in your main party or your support, gives you different boosts. And the boost this gives, which is Rapturous Beauties, gives you attack is doubled with every 300 knockouts. So yeah, things just get ridiculous. So yes, if we'll take this 3 and I will just do a mock battle. Again, just to show you how different movesets can be. And these are another 3 of my favourite characters in this game. Sun is actually the character I probably played first ever in a Musou game, back in Dynasty Warriors 4. And she's kept the brilliant ring blades all the way through. So yeah, this just gives you a small arena and lets you just practice all the different... No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I hit the wrong thing there. Yeah, I didn't mean to get on the horse and use my Musou there. Get off the horse. There we go. So yeah, each relic gives you a different set of magic attacks. I want to get the unique one up. And again, it just adds to the complete ridiculousness of everything. And then you got your Musou, and then you got your Rage Musou. And again, I just love the combination. Daji is a character whose moveset I fell in love with as soon as I unlocked her in Orochi 2. Just lots of spinning about and hitting things with large globes. Come on, build up. Yeah, unfortunately she's one of the characters of age. Musou is just the same as a normal one. And then it's her friend Himiko, who is awesome. Basically what if we turned the options from Gradius into a weapon. And basically had you as Bullet Hell Girl. And I especially love her Muso attack because the animation of her just skipping through the enemies. And the thing is, it also temporarily buffs your clay pots, so now that you've got 4 of them, and it just makes it even more bullet hell. So yes, absolutely love this series, and this is definitely the best one yet. Even though it is missing some characters I would have liked to have been in it, because Orochi Ultimate 3 had some extra guest characters from other games in it, and Warriors All Stars had a bunch of other characters in it from other Koei Tecmo games like Atelier and especially Tokiden, and I would have happily paid like 10 quid just to have the 3 characters from Tokiden as a team in this, because I love the Tokiden games. They were kind of what I played instead of Monster Hunter on the PS4 until Monster Hunter World finally came out. So yeah, that's your Muso game for you. Now, what to finish off with? Well, I'll have a wee drink first. I will mute my mic and have a wee drink. Because that's been going for an hour and 40, so I'm doing not bad actually. I thought I was going to have another sneeze coming on there. But no, we're okay. No, Borderlands 3 is something I do plan on streaming a bit later, because I've deliberately held off on some of the downloadable content for now. So let's go to... Actually, no, I know. Again, another of my favourite kind of stress relief games. And what a game I wasn't sure about at first, because it got kind of mixed reviews and the console port was similarly a bit iffy. But yeah, Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. After a bunch of patches, a bunch of changes, they overhauled a lot of the game systems in a massive patch on both the PC and consoles, has turned into just a really good action RPG that is just fun. So I think we'll just go through a mission or 2 on this, and that'll be a nice just finish off for the night, because I'll stop around 9 o'clock. At least my side's held up tonight.
For 10,000 years, the Emperor's Inquisition have fought a secret war to defend humanity. We keep vigil in the darkness. We hunt among the shadows. We pass judgment upon the mutant, the traitor, and the heretic. We purge the world of the taint lurking among the stars. We are Inquisitors. We shall fear nothing. For we are what you fear.
Awesome soundtrack as well. So yes, both me and my brother have been massive Warhammer fans for decades. since the 80s, since the late 80s. I played Space Crusade on the Amiga, playing the board game, it in Hero Quest. Space Crusade on the Amiga is actually something I might play on one of my retro nights. if only for the awesome intro music. So we'll choose my Inquisitor, who's an assassin called Sabrina. That's a name taken from Shadowfire and Enigma Force back in the Spectrum. As Simon's saying, he's actually painting some Space Marines right now. Awesome. I might have to drop... Okay, I think, I think just the intro music was very loud. I was worried I might have to change the volume a bit. Oh, we got a glory reward for whatever I was doing the last time I played. Oh, we've got an eye implant, a stealth bodysuit. Okay. I'll actually check the volume settings. Just put that down to 75. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Right, and I will just try and think what I've actually got to do at the moment. I've got an unspent skill point, but I'll just leave that at the moment. Global event, that's still going on. So what I want is just a mission, a random mission about my level. Yeah, random missions, here we go. So I'm 55 at the moment. So let's do a hunt against Nurgle demons in an Imperial facility. Yeah, that'll do. I'll just leave the difficulty on default because it's been a couple of weeks since I last played this and I can't remember what weapons I've got equipped. Hopefully still the auto rifle, which solves most problems in this game. Yeah, in this action RPG, all the skills are attached to the equipment or the weapons, and it's not very complicated, but it's nice and it's satisfying. And a good thing at the moment is if you want Warhammer 40,000, you've got this. If you want Warhammer Fantasy, there's Warhammer Chaos Bane, which is another excellent action RPG. Also for Warhammer Fantasy, you've got the fantastic Vermintide 2, which is basically Left 4 Dead with rats. Well, Ratmen, and is just as good as Left 4 Dead, I would say.
The web of heresy and corruption is spun by powerful beings and perverted minds.
Yeah, okay, I've got that gun.
This construct of evil will come crashing down.
So yeah, again, this is not the most complicated of games, but it is awesome. Oh, and actually another Warhammer 40k game I should stream sometime is... the excellent... Okay, Simon, I'm going to need your help here. When I'm firing my gun, can you hear me okay? So, testing, 1 2 1 2. Testing, 1 2 1 2. Because I'd forgotten quite how loud this game is and I don't know if it's drowning out my voice or not. Oh. Quick. Going. Because, yeah, the volume levels are spiking on this, so you might not be able to hear me properly. Okay, the other gun's quieter, but still.
I found you guilty of heresy.
You're fine, I'll still okay, right. It's just the auto gun is a very loud gun, so I honestly wasn't sure if I could still be heard okay over it.
Reloading.
Out of the way! But yeah, another Warhammer 40k game I'll probably stream at some point is Warhammer 40k Kill Team, which was released on Xbox Live Arcade, PC and PSN about the same time as... It was kind of companion game to the excellent Warhammer 40k Space Marine. And it was a twin stick shooter with you as a Space Marine. Shooting mainly orcs, but it went into Tyranids later on. And it was a lot of fun. And I recently picked up the PC version dead cheap in a Steam sale. Okay, which one's... Come on, critical hit we want here. Okay, didn't quite get it, but there we go.
He deserved worse. Much worse.
But yeah, this had mixed reviews, but then
Reloading.
the deluxe version was on sale for about £24 or something, and it was like, you know, at that price, I'll give it a chance. And this was before the big overhaul as well.
Violence won't fail me.
And even before the big overhaul, I thought it was a fine game, but the big overhaul just tidied up some mechanics, generally sped the whole game up considerably. And just made a good game, what I already thought was a good game, even better. And I will be picking up the expansion soon, which I haven't picked up yet, just because there's been too much other stuff. Basically, there was Resident Evil and Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 3, Final Fantasy 7 remakes recently. Get out of the way of them! Whoa, bad guys. But the expansion adds a whole new additional campaign and a fourth character class, which is basically a summoner class, summoner pet class, and it looks like awesome fun to play. So but yes, I do like my dungeon crawlers. As well as Diablo 3 is of course the top one. Nothing's beaten it yet, and I doubt anything will, except maybe Diablo 4. But this is excellent. Warhammer Chaos Pain is excellent. Torchlight 2 just got excellent ports to consoles. Titan Quest, the old game, got a console port that started off a bit shonky, but they've fixed most of the issues with that now. And it still feels a little bit old school, but it's good, especially if you get a sale price. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing games are a lot of fun. They've got a nice sense of humour and some character to them. And Victor Van is more actiony, but has just an awesome setup. And the Overkill edition gives you 3 entire campaigns, including the fantastic Motorhead Through the Ages campaign. With just when I got to one of the first boss fights in that campaign and Bomber by Motorhead kicked in on the soundtrack, it was just absolutely amazing. Yes, this is Hunt mission, which basically means going through the map, clearing. You've always got 3 targets to take out, but basically kill as much other stuff as you can along the way. Come on, close, there we go.
Damnation is eternal.
Purge missions are just kill everything on the level. There's also some protection one in saving people, which I don't always get on well at. I had one of those recently, and no matter what I did, everyone would die before I got there. Yes, Assassin's the only character that has a dodge in this, which is just, it's actually quite like the dodge in Diablo 3. This is just really handy for getting out of the way of things quickly. And I eventually ended going with, it was either going to be between the Assassin or the kind of regular Space Marine. But it was just, it was the voice acting. Completely sold the Assassin to me. And I've joked that it's been all I can do not to run around Tesco's screaming recoil unclean at people like the Assassin does. You know what? I am going to
Target in sight.
Whoa. Okay, boost. Nice thing is the inoculator not only heals me, it gives me a bit of a damage boost for a few seconds as well. I'm just going to stand here out of the way.
You've set a fine
And there we
for
go.
their kind, Inquisitor.
Now I could just hit start and leave now, but there's still red dots on the map. And as Consylvania once described Musso games, it's like your school janitor. You have to clean up all the red stuff. It's all about. Just don't walk around putting like big buckets of sawdust over it. That's not going to work. Yeah, I think that's it. And off we go. Okay, I'm going to stream one more thing because I want to quickly test whether the Switch streaming works okay. So I want to fire up one thing on the Switch for maybe just 5-10 minutes. But I'll wait and see what we got here. Well then, if it's worth keeping. to you. We've got a decent amount of stuff there. Let's salvage anything that's anything of those verities. Yeah, keep all those items and see if I've got anything that's better than what I've got. To do compare. Yeah, it's got more damage reduction, but it's not the armor I like. I prefer the hololithic armor because each of the different armors gives you a different special ability, and I like the kind of hollow clones. Nuclear, no, 19. Slightly more powerful auto gun. I'll keep it, but I'll maybe not equip it. A whole bunch of relic SAM codes and stuff that I haven't quite figured out what I do with them yet. Some swords, a grav gun. Some bits and pieces I can look into later. Deflector field. But yeah, decent all. So yes, again, another game. I mean, I'm not really going to be playing any games, console games, I'm not going to recommend to you because, you know. But yeah, definitely a really fun game. And you know, if like 18-year-old, if you told 18-year-old me I'd be playing a Warhammer 40k game as good as this, I'd have probably laughed at you. So, now to see if this works. I'm going to move out of camera shot for a second. If I hit that button. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that looks like that's working, no problem. So, you know, I was talking about my Ultimate Alliance 3. I'll just do a quick run through one of the easier gauntlets on this. And check that all works okay. Yes, this was the Game Awards 2018, the good one. Yeah, this was one of the real surprise announcements, and it was like, wait, what? After, you know, almost a decade, and third Ultimate Alliance, published by Nintendo, developed by Team Ninja, and it turned out to be an absolutely fantastic follow-up. And in fact, it's probably my favorite of the Ultimate Alliance games, just because of the art design and the amount of characters that are in it and who they chose as well. There's some nice. Oh, it's been a patch since last time I played. Just some bug fixes by the look of it. Okay, this game's sounding a bit quiet. I'll wait and see when I'll actually get into one of the gauntlets first while everything's actually kicking off, because it might just be the menu music's quite low in general. So I want a gauntlet. We just want the easy. Well, I better check my team actually. I better make sure I'm using the team I think I'm using. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Miss Marvel, Wasp, Elsa Bloodstone, and Storm. And yeah, I absolutely love both of Wasp's outfits in this. Her default outfit, I think, is the best take on the yellow and black design I've seen in anything. And then they released a classic costume as an unlockable. And again, I think it's the best take on a classic costume that I've seen. So yeah, they're all at level 56 or 57, so yeah, I've been playing this. Not as much as I could, but I'm still having a bit of trouble unlocking a couple of characters, but not too far to go. But yeah, if we just go through this gauntlet once and see how it goes. But yeah, it may just be that the Switch in general is just a little bit quieter than the PS4 on HDMI, which is weird because it seems the opposite way around from when I do it on the telly. I'll see. I'll look at the stream and see if it sounds like the Switch is too quiet or not, and can always fix it for next time.
Here we go again. This round's on me.
Yes, again, a lot of what you're going to see here looks rather chaotic. But again, a good test of the streaming hardware. Yeah, I think with the additional sound effects, the volume doesn't seem too bad, but let's say I can always check it later and fix it for next time. But yeah, the expansion pass for this especially was just fantastic. I mean, the addition of more X-Men after so long with X-Men being missing from a lot of Marvel games, having them back properly was awesome. And then the final Fantastic Four pack was just, well, fantastic. And all four of the Fantastic Four are great fun to play as, and obviously it definitely feels like a lot of love was put into them, and the abilities really complement each other. Yeah, actually seeing it with all the sound effects and stuff, the volume's actually quite normal. It's just the new music on its own just seems a bit quiet, that's all. Looks pretty normal actually when just having a quick glance at the meters there. I thought I would maybe have a bit of trouble figuring out how the sound was going to work out, but as it turned out, once I made sure a certain cable was plugged in correctly, everything has worked fine. And switching from kind of normal gaming setup to streaming setup is basically a case of just changing one HDMI cable. So yeah, it's easy enough any night if I just decide, oh, I think I'll stream whatever I'm doing tonight. It's going to be easy enough just to set everything up. And also this headset, I have had it on for over 2 hours now. It's comfy. It's the first time I've had a gaming headset that wasn't just a cheap 20 quid model out of Tesco. Not Tesco, Argos. Yeah, it's comfy, the mic's great. Oh, I actually meant to hit retire there. Oh well, we'll do one more wave and then I'll retire after this bit. So yes, from tonight's game you may get the idea I like games where you punch and beat up lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people and mash buttons. Yep. Guilty as charged.
Well, you would be wise to stand down. Let our stones converge.
Okay, extreme attack. And again, this is another game like Warriors of Orochi, where there's so many characters who are so much fun to play as. There's easily half a dozen different brilliant team combinations I can instantly make up with the characters I enjoy playing as. Retire. And I realised twice I've forgotten to change the name of the game. That's it. That's the problem with how I'm like I said, this is just a test stream, so I've just been bouncing about a bit. But I do plan on doing some streams where I'm just playing one game all the way through, or maybe just two. How many shield credits did I get for that? Ooh, I can buy a costume. What costume do I want to buy? Things I think I've already bought all the ones I really wanted. Ooh, Kid. Oh, actually, I haven't played as Loki yet. I'll have to give him a go. Because, yeah, you can unlock Kid Loki. So, yes, I will decide on that later. But anyway, thank you for joining me tonight in this, what was basically a stress test to check that everything was working okay. It doesn't seem to have been any major problems, which is awesome. I'll check the stream and see that everything held up okay. And if not beforehand, I will see you all again on Friday. I don't know what I'm going to be streaming on Friday yet. It might be the Borderlands 3 DLC, or it might be Lego City Undercover. Both of which I've kind of been holding off on, because I thought, oh, they'd both be good to stream. And so if I haven't started them yet, then that'd be awesome. And again, also, if you're watching live, if you're watching either the video on demand on Twitch or the backup on YouTube, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.